Ever wondered if calorie tracking is actually necessary or whether it's just going to give you an eating disorder? Well, after years as a PT and nutritionist, I've seen some clients fail and some succeed. So I know exactly when calorie tracking can help and when it can hurt. In this video, I'm going to show you the strategy that will change how you approach your weight loss forever. So let me give it to you straight. You do not need to track calories to lose weight. But if you're someone who doesn't already have an existing tricky relationship with food, and you're not someone who struggles with the binge and restrict cycle, then avoiding calorie tracking altogether is going to be a big mistake. In fact, not tracking for at least a couple of weeks could be the exact thing holding you back. Let me put it to you this way. Imagine you walk into a financial planner's office and you say, I want to retire early. The very first thing they are going to ask is, okay, well, what are your current spending habits? What's coming in each month? What is going out each month? Do you have any big holidays coming up? They will want to know where it's all going, and they won't just want to take your word for it. They will need the actual numbers, your bank statements, your payroll receipts, your spending patterns, your bills, your direct debits. And if they don't have that, then they are just guessing, and that's not going to get you to retirement early, is it? Tracking calories is the exact same thing. It is data. You see, you might think that you are eating in a calorie deficit. You're consuming fewer calories than you're expending. You might feel like you're doing everything right, clean eating, having healthy meals. But without actually seeing the numbers, just for a short space of time, you are flying blind. It doesn't matter how healthy your food is. You can eat all the avocado, brown rice, protein bowls in the world, but if you're not in a calorie deficit over a sustained period of time, you will not lose weight. Tracking your calories will show you without emotion or guesswork exactly what is going wrong. Your eating patterns, the late night snacking, your inconsistency over the weekends, the handful of this, the drizzle of that, the sip of this. It brings all of it to the surface. So here are the 5 reasons why I think calorie tracking is worth doing, especially if you're stuck. And pay close attention to reason number 4, because this is going to surprise you. Now, the first reason is that you learn where your calorie leaks are. I'm talking about the bite, licks, sips that really add up. The spoonful of peanut butter when you're making porridge. The olive oil that you eyeballed in the pan. On their own, they seem and they are completely harmless. But over the course of a week, a month, they really add up and could be the reason why you're actually in a surplus or at maintenance and not in a deficit. The second thing that calorie tracking will do for you is it will give you that pause. The moment of reflection between impulse and action. Suddenly you're asking yourself, do I really need this 300 calorie drink from Starbucks? Or would I rather use it for a bigger, more satiating, more satisfying snack or lunch? It shifts your mindset from reacting to choosing. And it's a swap between mindless emotional eating towards mindful intentional eating that you all need to make if you want to see a drop on the scales. The third reason that it's important is from a coaching perspective. It gives me something to actually help you with, real data. When a client tracks, I can look at trends. I identify gaps. I can see that they're consistently low on protein or fiber. I can see that they're eating more on certain days, and we can discuss why that is. I can see that they're under eating in the morning, and that's causing their evening overeating. We take the emotion out of it, we look at it objectively, and we act like scientists, not judges. And once we have this information, we phase them away from calorie tracking, because mindful eating is exactly the goal for everyone. The goal for no one is to input their food into an app for the rest of their life. And using this information about their eating habits is a really solid way to ensure that they don't have to do that. The fourth reason is one that surprises most people, and this is that calorie tracking can actually stop you from demonizing certain foods. You stop seeing chocolate as bad and broccoli as good, because it's not about moral value now. It's about numbers. You learn that you can fit 200 calories of chocolate a couple times per week into your calorie allowance without you gaining weight. You learn that you can fit that meal out into your weekly routine in a way that does align with your fat loss goals. As long as you're aware of how these foods fit into your day and you're doing it in a calorie controlled manner, weight loss will still occur. And that's how you start eating in a way that you are going to stick to for life, not just when you're on a diet, because we all know that that leads to the weight regain. The fifth reason is that it gives you structure. You can plan your day around the meals that you actually enjoy, and you make space for your social occasions without blowing all of your progress. You can go to Nando's and still hit your goals without going into that sod it mindset spiral that we all know so well. So do I think you should track calories forever? Absolutely not. In fact, there is not one client that I've worked with closely who hasn't phased away away from calorie tracking. But early on, it's like using stabilizers to ride a bike. It builds confidence. It shows you what portion sizes actually look like. It teaches you how your body responds to certain eating habits and different foods. You don't need to fear it, you don't need to obsess over it, but you can use it as a tool. When done responsibly, calorie tracking is not dangerous. What is dangerous is trying to guess your way to weight loss, getting frustrated and burning out. So don't skip the power where you really learn how. Use the data, learn the patterns, and when you're ready to stop using it, let it go. But don't skip the part where you learn how, because that's where the real growth happens.